You okay? Yeah.
Slammed home by Megan Courtney Lush.
Hi, I'm Megan Courtney Lush. I am an outside hitter for the Columbus Fury, and this is my second year with PVF.
Megan Courtney Lush, the 7-year pro, native of Ohio.
One of the biggest things I've always looked for from the time I started volleyball until even now is I want to be on a team that makes me better every day. So that doesn't mean I'm the best player on the team. In fact, I hope that I'm never the best player, because then I get constantly better from the competition that's in the gym every day.
Megan Courtney Lush, such a great teammate. She's just all about the team.
So that's kind of one of the reasons why I chose Penn State, was because the team itself had had so much success, and the school itself and the staff was phenomenal. Shout out Coach Rose, love you so much. To be able to compete with the best of the best. You go in and you're competing against national champions every single day. That's one of the biggest reasons I went there, was just to continue to get better and to not be the best in the gym, because that motivates you and pushes you to just grow your game, even on like a minute scale of 1% one day. So I loved it there, and I will never trade that time in my life for the world.
Off the tape and the ace to end it. And the dynasty continues in Happy Valley with a record 7th NCAA crown.
I always knew I loved volleyball, but I was very, very okay with hanging it up right after college. My senior year, I was like, you know, I loved it, and I know it has to come to an end at some point. And then I remember talking to Coach Karai actually, and at All-American Banquet, and he came up to me and said, we'd be really interested if you would, you know, think about professional, think about national team. And I said, you know, I don't know about it. And then I randomly got a call to go and play in Puerto Rico for the first year. And I said, you know what, it's 4 months, like, let's just do it. Let's see if I like it. And then I went, I loved it, and I'm still playing professionally today. So when you play professionally, you have all these, like, this becomes your job, right? And so that's kind of how it was treated at Penn State as well. As yes, we are student athletes and we're going to class and we have other obligations, but when we're in the gym, we are putting our head down and working hard all day, every day that we have practice or in matches. And same thing with the Fury. I think we do the same thing now. We just luckily get to be paid while doing something that we love. Yes.
What's it feel like to still be in Ohio now?
Yeah, speechless. It was always, I think that's the most daunting part when, at least when I was there, is that you'd have to go overseas and you'd have to be away from family, and it's a 8 to 10 month, you know, grind overseas. You never get to come home for holidays, and to be able to basically do the same thing, but have an off season, have, you know, what we in America know as professional sport, and then just having the luxury of having my family be an hour away, or I get to live in my home that my husband and I have together with our daughter that is, you know, right down the street from the gym that we play in. So it honestly couldn't have been a better place for me. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I'm so happy and so lucky to be here. You know, being a mom is, I think when you become a mom, it becomes your identity. And it's weird when you talk to a lot of professional sports athletes and stuff, is that because that's their job, it becomes their identity. And so to have the identity of I'm a mom and then I'm also an athlete, a professional athlete, is such a cool blend, because I'm a very, very competitive human being, but it's weird because I used to go home and not be able to sleep after matches, even if we won. You know, I'm up all night watching video, like replaying points. And now I don't, because as soon as the match is over, I switch into mom mode, and I just want to embrace her. And you know, life is so good when I get to hold her. And now she's at an age where she knows kind of what's going on and she can give me a hug and embrace me. So I'm so excited to have that, to have her see me and acknowledge me more than she did last season too. So to be able to balance both is definitely difficult for sure, but it's definitely so rewarding at the end as well.
So what's the regimen today?
What's the regimen
What's
today?
the regimen?
Get my ass kicked. Yeah, so my regimen right now is basically just can I build strength and then can I maintain it throughout the season. So it's a little bit of lifting, a little bit of strength conditioning, like some power stuff, and then sprinkle. Like when I say sprinkle, I mean sprinkle. Volleyball is a sprinkle at this point, which is awesome because it's usually just like volleyball, 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 and that's the main focus. But for now in the off season, you can really turn your focus onto things that'll help you with injury prevention, or you can get stronger, jump higher, work harder, and do the things that you can't do during season, because that's when volleyball gets ramped up a lot. I think off season for me, and I think for a lot of girls that were on the national team, was never really a concept. It was always like you get an off week, you get an off like clump of days together. So when you have an off season, which is how all sports are, it's just, somehow volleyball got trapped into not having one. It's wild because you don't really know what to do with your time. So it's like a kind of a little mental battle of like, I don't have anything, but I need to do things. But then also like the freedom to be able to go on a vacation. Like I've never been on a vacation, and I literally don't know the last time I was on a vacation. Just to be able to be a real human being, I think for a little bit of time is definitely great for the soul and for the mental side of things. And I think now just talking with some of the girls, it's like, okay, like, can we play now? Can we go? Like, when are we getting that itch back to go and practice again? So I think that's where I am now. I'm back into, I decompressed, I'm bored now. I want to get back into the gym. I want to see everybody, and I want to continue to build what we have here. I think, the inaugural season was pretty much fantastic, I think is the only word I can really describe for what, the production that was PVF. And I think that the best part coming from overseas and having the experience of what that looks like, and then being able to be a part of that in the United States, it was a perfect blend of focusing on what the product is, and that's volleyball, and making it competitive and making it, at a really high level, but also America does a really good job of the production side, the entertainment side, and making it, you don't have to know volleyball to have a good time. And I think across the board, we did a fantastic job. We as the Fury and we as PVF did a fantastic job of getting people in seats, having fun at the game. I don't know how many times we were signing autographs and we're like, we can't wait to come back. Like, this was so much fun. Like, I don't know anything about volleyball, but I want to come back because it's just like the environment is so electric. But I think that the best memory that I had was for sure opening night for us at Nationwide, when we didn't have a win yet, and somehow we pulled out an incredible match.
Columbus, first time winner in their home debut. Welcome home, Columbus Fury.
And I think that was for sure in part for our sold out crowd here at Nationwide that we play in, and they helped us out so much in that game. To be able to beat the reigning champions of PVF in our first home game was for sure just a really cool experience, and to have that many people show up and support a brand new team that people really didn't know a ton about, and to have people constantly throughout the season be like, we're so excited that a women's sports team is in Columbus. Like, Columbus loves their sports, but to have a women's sports team, I think the amount of times that somebody said that to me or to one of my teammates, or out and about, they recognize the Fury logo if you wear it, and then go grocery shopping, like they're like, hey, Fury. And so I think that's just so cool that we didn't have a lot going on, I would say, and then all of a sudden it was just like, boom, here's the Fury, and we're here, and people recognize, and people are like, oh yeah, the volleyball team, yeah, that's awesome. So just to see like that come to fruition, and now we're here, and people recognize us, and hopefully we'll keep that momentum for our second year. I think the best thing about sports in general is always the camaraderie that it brings between fans, teammates, competitors across the net or whatever. They're all doing it for the love of this one specific thing, whatever sport that is. And I think sport itself just brings people together, and it's just a uniting force. And so to be able to be a part of that, and then to impact young girls that have never had anyone to look up to, that, you know, they can see a Caitlin Clark, or they can see a Angel Reese, or they can see, you know, an Alex Morgan, and now they can see, you know, a Tori Stringer or a Leah Edmond, or, you know, Morgan Hens. They can see people that they want to aspire to be. Is so exciting and so incredibly rewarding, because we do it because we love it, and we just want people to love what we love. Sports are supposed to be fun, and when you can have fun and do it with people that you love and get to, and also share that love with you, is probably the biggest positive that I could take away from sport. So just make sure, whatever it is, whether that's sport, whether that's, you know, music, theater, whatever it is, just whatever you do, find your passion and just like ride with it and do it with love.